SK Vibemaker.
Look who we got in the building. Who's here?
Yo, what's going on, man? It's 01 from the Beatfreakz.
Yo, it's you on from the Beatfreakz. What you saying, man?
Beatfreakz? Whose voice is that?
That's my tag still. We did it when we were teenagers, though.
Straight up.
Yeah.
It's just stuck ever since then.
Stuck ever since they did in our bedroom and that, but we just carried on with it. Yeah.
So you lot have definitely produced for the finest, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that you've produced for, man. You know, give them some of the list of the people that you've produced for.
Man.
Gigs.
Wretch 32, N-Dubs, early days.
Yep. Oh my days.
Jeremiah,
Dino, obviously, our guy Dino.
Yeah, Dino. D-Block Europe. In the States, you know, did some work for Usher.
Sean Paul. Janae Aiko.
Yeah.
That's a major list right there.
Jacquees. Chris Brown.
Yeah, we've been working.
We do. That's yeah. We have to write it down, though.
All of those people that you worked for, does that equate money in the bank?
Yeah. It does. It's okay. Yeah.
It's okay. You know, some things, you know, when you start off in it, it's just like, it's different to when you're an established producer in it. So, exactly. We're building.
I'm not going to lie, I never knew you'd done the N-Dub stuff.
Yeah, we did one N-Dub song when we were young. Song called Secrets.
When he saw Rest in Peace before.
That was on the Uncle B album?
Yeah. Uncle B album.
Like, he's Dappy's dad, who's Uncle B.
Yeah.
Was the one that actually introduced us to
N-Dubs.
So it's been a mad journey, man.
Straight up, man.
Mad journey.
Crazy.
That's major.
Yeah, we was like teenagers then.
Yeah.
We was young. Yeah, we was young.
And that was our first platinum plaque.
Yeah, platinum plaque.
Like 12, 13 years old.
Yeah.
Jeez.
First check we ever got.
Way back.
Yeah.
Been in this thing from early.
Since early. My brother was a kid.
Yeah,
was a kid.
Yeah.
Long time.
How did you manage to get into things at a serious level so young? Because, you know, you're saying before 12, 13 and that, man, the music industry can be quite difficult to get into. So how did you manage to make your way in and get so serious at that age?
You know, I mean, like, to be honest, the N-Dubs thing was kind of was by God's grace, man. Like, the way it happened, because at that time, we were still MCing. So, like, we were MCs first. And that was just when we made that transition into doing production. And I remember for me, myself, like, one day at school, like, I was in detention. I wasn't the best kid. And my dad was late to pick me up. And so my friends left me. I had nowhere to go. The only room that was open was the music room. So I remember walking inside the room and seeing some kids making beats. I was like, yo, what are you guys doing? And one of my guys just kind of showed me a few things, like 5 minutes. And I actually made a beat. I took it home to my brother and I played it to him. He was like, yo, what? You made this beat? And at that time, us as MCs, we couldn't afford to pay for production. So for my brother liking it, we're like, okay, cool, let's invest in us being producers. We started to produce and made our own tracks. Then then the production thing just kind of ran from there, man. And it's been a blessing ever since.
And what were the steps making it into the industry? Because one thing being able to produce and then getting into the industry, do you know what I mean? Because a lot of producers definitely find it hard to get that springboard. What was it for you guys?
It was mad because I think obviously of us, to get into the industry is a hard thing, like you said. But I think it's like we had to get the first major cut first, and then that helped. But with us anyway, we just keep on banging down our doors. To be honest, we're not like normal people that will. If you tell us no 10 times, we'll go away. We keep on going and going and going. You know what I'm saying? I think we learned that over the years. So when we got the N-Dubs placement, we just went to every manager, emailed every person we could email, tried to get as much cuts as possible, try to, you know, if we would travel to different countries, you know, use our money that we got from one song, we'll go to France, Italy, wherever it takes us to, we'll get there just to get more placements. And that's how we are. We're very persistent.
And it's funny, you lot just mentioned about MCing there. Now, the recent debate over the last couple of weeks has been that, you know, MCing, that's grime, that's garage. You know what I'm saying? The recent debate over the last couple of weeks has been the relevance of grime of a certain generation, like maybe under 20s, and people questioning it. Like H has been a big, like, you know, at the forefront of that conversation. What's your take on it as well? Because, you know, thinking about like the next generation not really being that interested in grime, but what it has done so far. And when people listen to your music, your productions, they would have never thought that you came from grime. Do you know what I mean? So what do you think about the debate that's going on at the moment, those conversations?
It's funny, we were just having a convo about that downstairs.
Yeah, literally 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, 2 seconds. Like, definitely grime. I think grime is still there. there's still it may not be as big, but there's still a fan
niche
base
market.
for grime, a niche market.
You know what I mean? It's a niche market.
And I think that reaches out to all demographics, under 16, over 16. And for us personally, and for a lot of people, I think for the whole game, similar to what Lethal B says, like, none of us will be here without grime.
That's the honest truth, man. Just like obviously, like, there was a sound before grime, and it evolved into grime, and after grime evolves to something else. That's how it is, man. Facts. Like, but we have to pay. You know, they paved the way for how the sound is and what's going on now. Do you know what I mean? Like, you got to understand, this is urban culture, regardless of the actual sound. This is like, you know, this is black music. And it's like, you know, and it was hard sometimes there to break through the door. Even hard to get on radio, and then grime kind of helped that get on them sort of platforms, and everything else came after it.
I mean, we're getting our first charting records with grime. You know, that's one thing we can't forget, like the Lethal B Pals, you know, so many records. I mean, Stormzy came up with a grime. So how can it not be there? That doesn't add up to me personally. So I think that it's, I mean, JME's new project, you know,
that's
grime MC.
Released on no digital platforms,
and it done well. Charted. It still went top 40.
Top 40. So I think that already says it in itself.
Man.
You know?
I think people are definitely picking and choosing the information that they're pushing to the forefront when it comes to that sort of argument, whether they're pro or, you know, cons with that argument. How important to you is the producer tag? Because I remember, like, some of my favorite producers don't actually, if you know their productions, but some of my favorite producers don't actually have producer tags. Swiss Beats don't have one. The Neptunes of Pharrell don't have one.
But Swiss Beats does though.
Swiss Beats?
And also,
but that's not every. That's not every.
But he ad-libs.
Ad-libs. Okay,
that's his tag.
RZA doesn't.
RZA.
Primo doesn't, but he has like, you know, that he does the choruses with the scratches. You know what I'm saying?
You know Primo beat.
Yeah, of course you know Primo beat. But how important to you is the producer tag though? Because sometimes it could be a bit like you know, a bit like show. What's the word?
Nah, I know what you mean. I know you say
bit, you know, self-conceived, like
but
a bit
showy.
I
think in this day and age, like, again, the producers you mentioned are from the other era, but I think in this era, it's so important to brand yourself. Yeah,
because I mean, majority of them have producer tags these days. But sometimes it just seems like, is it forced? Does it need to be there though?
No, I think it does, you know, because you got to understand, like, them times there, the producers that we like you mentioned that we looked up to, they all had individual sounds. There wasn't that many producers how it was now. Now, them times there, like, to buy equipment, it was expensive. Bro, we had to hustle a lot. I got like 2 jobs, whatever, to buy equipment. You get what I'm saying to you? But now anybody can become a producer, and a lot of the sounds sound similar. So for you to stand out, the only way really you can stand out nowadays is only by your tag. Do you know what I mean? Compared to because
is
like,
that down to making sure you get your credit as well?
100%.
Because sometimes it could be a banging beat and an artist gets all the credit.
Yes, I'm trying to say.
That vocal's the track, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of producers nowadays, sadly to say, like a lot of young cats out there, produce a record and don't get paid for it. It happens all the time. So the only way they can get exposure is by their tag being at the start of it.
That's crazy.
Like,
so okay, this is an opportunity to give a young producer some game then. So like a young producer coming in the game, like maybe 16, 17, what's some key business that you need to take care of to make sure that you're getting credited and paid for your work? Your experience.
The first thing is they gotta learn the business, bro. That's the most important thing. It's like, it's honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I think it's even bigger than learning how to make music. It's learning the business side of things. So many people in this game obviously get bumped. Do you get what I'm saying to you? But if you learn the business, if you learn about publishing, if you learn about how to market yourself, all these little things here, you won't get bumped. Do you get what I'm saying? If you learn about advances, you won't get bumped. But it's like my brother said, there's a lot of it's sad because we went through it when we were younger ourselves. Do you know what I mean? So we had to go away and learn the business. And then also ask people. You know, ask people that's older than you. Don't always think people are going to bump you. Ask people like us, older producers have been in the game for longer, and we can give you more advice. Do you know what I mean?
And we have so many young producers asking us, and we're trying to give them advice. But even so, sadly, like, if you're a new producer, like, you're not really in a position to charge too much. And I've come across a lot of younger producers that maybe overprice themselves too early. You know, which can sometimes be
can stifle
their careers.
You know, so like, because remember, you're coming in the game, so you got to be willing to sometimes
sacrifice
lose
things.
to gain.
You have to.
You know, as long as you're giving away that's why the whole tag thing is so important. Because that's the only way of branding yourself.
Exactly.
If you may not be seeing the other side of money, but at least you're branding yourself and building it to a certain point where clients will start to come and pay for your work.
Exactly.
You know, so it's more so having a mindset of losing to gain in the future. And then also, like my brother says, understanding the business.
You have to understand the business.
So when you do get to that point, you have a structure in place
Exactly.
to start making money
Exactly.
and to start charging people. But at the early doors, you shouldn't be thinking about money. It's be more so getting your brand out there,
and building.
Why the tag thing comes into place.
You know, you gotta build. You gotta build on your brand.
Yeah,
and that's the only way nowadays. Obviously, a lot of producers are gonna get any type of work because you gotta understand. Obviously, like I said before, a lot of beats sound kind of similar.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying to you? Not all, but a lot of beats sound similar. The only difference from you getting maybe £100,000 beat or a £10 beat is probably going to be that tag.
Facts.
That's the truth. Do you know what I mean? If I forgot the guy's name who produced the new H's song.
Yeah.
He's a big producer. I forgot his name. Sorry, I forgot his name. But
Take Keith.
Sorry, Take Keith's a big producer.
Yeah.
Now, if that was any person who made that beat, do you know what I'm saying to you? You know, you might give some free whatever, but because it's Take Keith on it, you've got to put that feature in Take Keith on it. Do you know what I mean? This is a big boy producer.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? You got to pay him, and he's got to get his publishing. So it's the difference between, you know what I'm saying? So it's a different, same as like a DJ Mustard beat. You know what I'm saying? Like when you got that DJ Mustard tag on it, that's the difference. Do you know what I mean? So and it's sad to say, but you know, producers, we need love too, man. You get what I'm saying?
What's your favorite producer tag apart from your own?
Probably DJ Mustard to me, I think.
Mustard on the beat.
Mustard on the beat. So.
Take Keith is winning right now, though. Take Keith's winning right now, though.
Take Keith's hard.
Murder Beats.
Oh, you like Murder Beats?
Yeah, Murder Beats.
Hard. There's so many.
It's
cool. Metro Boomin.
Metro Boomin.
I'm saying.
Yeah, and even UK like J5. J5's hard.
Yeah, I like the Faith Miyake producer tag still.
See what I'm saying?
Woofer Beats and all that. There's a lot though.
There's a lot of tags. Yeah,
there's a lot of them, man. I went through a whole list of them recently, man. I dropped you lot in there as well, man. There's a Twitter thread about it still.
What number are we?
No, there was no list. I listed all the significant producers. No, like that, man. Come on.
Guys in these top 20 lists all the time. So we better be top 5, bro.
Mad. Now you relocated to the States for a little while.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? I think you landed in St. Louis first, was it?
Yeah, St. Louis.
And then you moved around for a bit.
Yeah, we got signed to Trackstars producer team in St. Louis when we moved over there. Then we moved to LA. No, we moved to Miami. LA, and then we lived back and forth LA and Atlanta for a bit.
Talk to us about that time that you spent over there as well, because this is a worldwide market, and America is like the yellow brick road over there, man. You know what I'm saying? Over there is a big territory and puts on a lot of people. What were the pros that it brought for you being over there, spending significant amount of time over there, learning the craft, being around some of like, you know, the proper business people over there? What did you learn?
That's all I was gonna say, you know, like I think we learned business. You get what I'm saying to you? Because like, you know what it is, and it's not down to color or anything like that, but what it is in America is like there's a lot more black entrepreneurs in the game, or black people, business people in the game, in the music field. Now it is obviously UK, but I mean this is when we were younger, do you know what I mean? And for them, they've come from the same background that we've come from nothing to something, and they taught us how to make money, how to do the right things, what not to do, what to do. And I think we've taken through that through our whole lives.
The hustle's hard.
Different.
Completely different. The work rate is different. I mean, the closest thing we've seen to that from an artist standpoint this day and age, probably D Block Europe. Just the work mentalities is like it's different from an artist. Like my brother said, from the business standpoint, they're different. They're very much business orientated over there. You know, they know what they're trying to achieve. They're smart of how they spend. Their marketing strategies are crazy. And like I said, we've been there from back. So we've been able to, it's been a blessing where we've picked it up and been able to kind of translate it into what we do over here. You know, so I think more than anything, that's what we picked up, and that's been our biggest benefit from being over there.
So you're working on an EP at the moment. What can people expect from the EP?
You know what? I mean, like whatever you've heard now, think times 10. Stronger and harder. Like the ideas we got, the collaborations. We've got some mad unexpected collaborations from both the UK, overseas, US, Africa. Like we're gonna bring all worlds together, and most importantly, we're gonna have, you know, by God's grace, some big hit records.
Definitely, bro.
You know, so man, very excited for that.
Are you planning to just keep it like urban? Like, would you step outside of that circle? Would you like make some electronic music, or would you make some like dance music?
I think we think for the first EP we're gonna keep it to what we want, you know, how we are. Do you get what I'm saying? Our sound. But I think definitely in the future, obviously, we'll definitely like to step out, do certain sounds, but still bring it to our world. You know what I mean? Do a mix. We don't want to lose it completely. Do you know what I mean? Go over to the others.
I mean, we may have some big pop artists.
Come to our world.
To our sound. You know, so it's more so that rather than us just changing our sound.
Exactly, like a DJ Khaled. You know, what I mean? He'll bring them to them. Do you know? What I mean?
Straight up. Major. Do you ever see yourself like in the future getting on tracks? Maybe like doing some ad libs and
definitely,
yeah, definitely.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Well, yeah.
No, I don't know about the bars, but hooks definitely.
hooks.
take that.
100% take that. We've got someone already saying take that. We're ready. Videos, we're gonna be in the videos more.
Yeah.
Listen,
Just
like we're in the gym,
pushing the brand forward.
Just
You know what I'm
jeez.
saying?
So we're ready for summer.
So self-obsessed, man.
Yeah.
You've put together a sick lineup on this, man. I don't know who else could get DB, Krept Konan and Deno on the same song. That's not light work. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, man.
A lot of money.
Talk to us about putting this together right here.
A lot of money.
Like firstly, so D Block, we've like built such a good relationship with the guys. You know, we produced a lot of records for their projects, and that's over the time we just became very close. So it was kind of natural where we had him in the studio one day, played him the beat. I remember Ads came in by himself. Was like, "Yo, bro, I got an idea for you." Played it to him. He was like, "Okay." Like Ads is that's the way he works is mad.
Yeah.
If he hears it, this first word. If he likes it, he says, "Pull it up." Literally within 10 minutes, the hook was done. Word for word, ad lib done, and the verse. Then LB comes in 5 minutes after, hears it. He's like, "Yo, I need to get on this." But I tried to play him another beat. I played another beat. He goes, "No, put that one back on." So he wanted to get on it. He dropped his thing. Then I remember, because we produced a record for Krept Konan. Tell me. So Krept came down. I called him down and said, "Bro, I got something for you." He came down. My brother was there. He heard the record. Was like, "Listen, I love this." He spat his bar straight away. He called Conan down randomly. Conan was out of his family. He cancelled, came straight to the studio.
Oh, mate.
Recorded his verse. Then I think we just had it. Then we're thinking, who can we put on it next? Then
Deno. But the record. If you forgot, the record obviously like did get leaked 4 months prior to us bringing it out. You know what I mean? It got leaked obviously with Heady One's verse on it. Do you get what I'm saying? But so we had to change the. When it got leaked, we had to change the whole thing around again. Do you know what I mean? So we had to do Conan to do another verse, Krept had to do another verse, then Deno had to come and do another verse. So it's like usually it's hard work just doing one song, but then imagine this is like doing 2 songs for one song. Do you know what I mean? So it was even extra work. So but yeah, man, but God's grace, the song is still doing well. People are loving it, and we're happy, man. Very happy.
Very blessed.
My interviews are hotter, My interviews are hotter. They ain't cold. They're hotter.
Trust me.
Even in a hot room, they're even hotter. You get me? It's mad. Trust me, man.
SK Vibemaker.